We have 120 leaders, senior leaders from business, from government and public service here. It's a T20, G20 event. Insights that are shared today will be captured, recorded and translated for the G20 plenary summit in November, Johannesburg.
The first runner-up business leader of the year is
Rob Hersoff. He couldn't make it today, the runner-up business leader of the year.
And now we have the business leader of the year, ladies and gentlemen.
Punki Modise. The group's Chief Strategy and Sustainability Officer at EPSA. Punki, please make your way to the stage.
Few words, Punki.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I had a prepared speech, but I don't think I'll go through my speech after having seen the certificate because it really spoke to me. So when I was at Wits and I was doing my junior degree, President Nelson Mandela came to Wits after being released from prison. And so he's one of I was among the first few people to greet him. I got home and I told my grandmother that I met Dr. Nelson Mandela and I managed to greet him. He said, "My daughter, you are very lucky. You are blessed. Never wash your hands from here henceforth." So thank you so much. Maybe the one thing just that I should leave everybody with is the fact that, I grew up in Meadowlands. I never thought that one day I would stand on such a big stage. And today here I am standing on this stage being voted Business Leader of the Year. So I wanted just to say that, to those young change makers watching tonight or listening tonight, your background is not your barrier, it's your power. Whether you are from Meadowlands or from Mamelodi or Khayelitsha or Kimberley, this moment is yours to shape. So let's think boldly, lead bravely, and sustain responsibly. Thank you. This is an incredible achievement.
Your background is not your barrier. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Your background is not your barrier. Thank you so much, Punki. Next, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Social Impact Leader runner-up.
The Social Impact Leader runner-up is Ravi Naidu, the CEO at the Youth Employment Service. Yes, South Africa. Ravi, thank you. Ravi did apologize, so this will go to his office. Thank you.
And then, Doc, we have the Social Impact Leader.
Right. The Social Impact Leader of the Year, Dr. Stephen Swane, the Managing Executive for Corporate Citizenship at EPSA Group.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And next, the Marketing Leader of the Year runner-up.
The Marketing Leader of the Year runner-up, as you heard, the Chief Marketing Officer at Ackermans, Bronwyn Pretorius.
Loud cheer of applause for her, ladies and gentlemen. Bronwyn. Next, ladies and gentlemen, Doc, who's the Marketing Leader of the Year award for 2025?
I look at him and it is none other than Katlego Makloane.
Katlego!
Marketing Executive, Commercial Segment at FNB South Africa. And the amount of votes, I think, close to 1,000 votes. Thank you.
Sure, what an incredible honor. I think first and foremost, all glory to God. I think that's the first protocol that I want to observe today, is that, nothing is impossible and for God, and all of us can be used to drive impact. And I think I was up here, I stood here longer than what I should. I still feel like time was stolen from me, but I do think that marketing has a very important role in changing narratives in one of the most unequal nations on earth, which also happens to be one of the most negative nations on earth. And I think we saw it yesterday on some of our own self-portrayment of ourselves. We need to actually show a better story and tell a better story of our nation. And I think for all the marketers that are doing phenomenal work, Bronwyn, and her team from her ShopRite days have really been driving social impact. And what I'm really excited about this year in particular is that there's a crop of marketing leaders that are telling new narratives, and that is really, really inspiring. Today I've got my mother in the room, so I decided to be that guy.
Where's mommy?
And I wanted to take the moment to honor her because, as you grow up, my mom was a school principal, so you guys can imagine. And, as we grew up, I just realized how many young people would come to our home and how many young people who have really touched and lives are transformed just by her, intervention in their lives and the care and the deep love that she showed for them. So I thought today would really be befitting because that's where my inspiration comes from. And I thought I'd just say thank you, Mom, for the contribution that you have made over 40 years of being in the educational sector.
It's not the presence of gifts that our parents want, it's the presence of your time. Thank you so much. Very inspiring. Next, we have the Lifetime Leadership of 2025 Award. Doc, who is that, the runner-up?
The runner-up is none other than Dr. Leila Fourie, the Group CEO at the JSE.
Leila is not available today. And we go on to the winner of the Lifetime Achievement Award for 2025.
That's right, Prof. Bonang Mohale, the chairman at BizBest and the chancellor of the University of the Free State, who was called away to the university today. So we'll keep this for Bonang.
Is here, someone's got
Sorry, there's actually, my apologies.
I was actually very happy to turn away and walk so that I don't have to stand here on behalf of such a giant of a man. So I thought to him when he said that the university called him that I'll sit in for him just to have a view, a front row I never thought I'd stand in for him and just give a word or two. So he usually says that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So the teacher is not here today, so the student has to. So if you cannot see it, you cannot be it. And that's one of the things he reminds me many times when I say, Prof, this is how your mentorship has shaped how I see business, how I see leadership, and how I see my life in general. One of the things he has changed is not only just business or leadership, but just how I am as a human being and how he has connected me and changed my perspective and my life, dare I say. So for each of you here, I do plead with each and every one of you that as we tackle the unemployment crisis in South Africa for young people like myself, that if you can just hold one young person's hand and show them the corridors of power so that they can see it, so that they can create those corridors of power, because we all know how much we need them. So I close by saying that when you give money, you give a lot. When you give time, you give much. But when you give of yourself, you give everything. Prof. Mohale is touched, humbled, and honored. Thank you so much.
Next, Doc, we have a trailblazer. Doc, you want to share who the trailblazer of 2025 is going to be?
Yes, the global trailblazer is none other than Dr. Iqbal Survey.
Thank you very much, Nick. And I just firstly want to congratulate all of you that have so deservedly won these awards, and those of you that are still coming, that are going to receive the awards. I must say that I was deeply touched by you having your mom present. I think it's so beautiful and so wonderful to actually see that. Congratulations. I do want to say one thing just to add to what so much which I said earlier, which is that, and to reiterate this particular point, that all of us in our journeys, we are where we are because of the people that we work with and that we have worked with. And so I want to really honor the 8,500 people in our group and thank them for their contribution towards this award. And I think this award is really in honor of them. And then the second point I want to make is that South Africa has amazingly beautiful and skilled people. This room tonight is very much representative of our skill sets, our competencies, and if we can just learn to harness all of this energy and skill sets, we will become a truly great country. I know Trump likes to say, make America great again. I'd like to say, let's make South Africa great again. Thank you very much.
The Future of Work Visionary runner-up is
Sneh Magagula, the Chief People Officer at Tiger Brands.
and the Future of Work Visionary winner is
Janine Modise, the Chief People Officer at EPSA Group.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The previous speaker spoke about the fact that the success that we have is not from one person. As Nelson Mandela said, if you really want to go fast, you can go alone. But if you really want to go further, you need to go together. And this reminds me of the journey I have walked through as a leader. I always say everyone leads from where they are, and it's got nothing to do with your role. It's got nothing to do with title. It's got absolutely nothing to do with material stuff. We all have something that we can plant as a seed in everyone else's life in our own way. And for me, I've had people who have planted seeds that have helped me grow, learn, and to be a catalyst. I talk of corporate as my ministry because I am just a vessel. And it's important that as you are doing whatever you're doing, whether you're running a business or you're leading an organization, work like you're working for God. He sees what you're doing and he will reward you. And for me, I believe that we start building your legacy from day one. You may not realize it at that time. Everything that you do builds up, but together we can be stronger. Thank you. I appreciate this.
The entrepreneurial leadership runner-up is
Khotso Mokoena, the CEO of Yasti, and our famous silver Olympic medalist.
the entrepreneurial leadership winner is
Well, you heard about him today, you saw him. It is Sheldon Tetchell, the founder and CEO of Legends Barber Corporation.
Good evening, everyone. Wow, thank you very much. Thanks a lot for everyone that voted. I think this reminded me of the time when I started the business on the side of the road in El Dorado Park. For those who know what is a stoop, I started the business on a stoop with one clipper, one chair, and just one customer. And through this, being able to build not only a franchise of barbershops of over 75 stores in 5 countries with our product line that is quite popular in the retail space. I think sometimes you can't put 2 and 2 together. It just does not make sense. And that's when you realize that it's only through God's grace. And there's a verse that I've learned when I started cutting hair that says in Colossians 3 verse 23, it says, whatsoever you do, work at it with all your heart as you're working for the Lord and not for human masters, because you know that your reward comes from above. Thank you very much.
The Inspirational Leader of the Year runner-up is
Mpho Matsitse. The Chief Industries Officer at Gijima.
and the Inspirational Leader of the Year winner goes to
our famous double Olympic champion, Penny Haynes.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Nick. I think the initiative you're running here, the organization is great. Sorry, I'm used to doing 45 minutes minimum, so this is going to be tough. I just want to say, first of all, wow, to everybody that's won and everything you've said so far. It really warms my heart to see how God is getting the glory. And with that in mind, I want to just quickly share that tonight I was thinking about our country and how it's difficult sometimes to be positive. And as you know, our journey, I always say when I'm speaking, our journey is not like this. A journey to success, it's like this. So when you're in those dips, I like to say the dongas of depression, you cannot see a better tomorrow. We don't know what your potential may be. And that's what we need to teach the younger generation as well. And so whatever we do in life, we need to know why we're doing it. And for me, since everyone's been giving glory to God, I want to say, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but in the Bible, there's a parable about the manager who gives the 3 servants talents. And when I was very young, I heard someone whisper that I had talent. So when I heard this at Sunday school, I listened. And as it goes, the master gives the one guy 5 talents, and the other guy 2, and the third guy 1 talent. And then he goes away and he says, use the talent. And the guy with the 5, he put it into, I don't know, invested it or whatever, he doubles it to 10. The guy with the 2 doubles to 4. But the guy with the 1 talent, for whatever reason, maybe he's afraid, maybe he's just lazy, but he decides to bury the talent. And then after some time, the master rewards the one with the 10 and the one with the 4. And then he says to the one who buried the talent, you wicked servant, why did you not use the talent I gave you? And that is the golden thread that kept me going through those moments in my career. Each time I had to, no matter how much I hated it, and believe me, I hated it a lot, I had to go back to asking that question, can I honestly say I've done the absolute best with the talent that I'd been given? Because someday I'm going to stand before my Maker and have to answer for that. And then as someone else mentioned earlier on, I think many of you have mentioned it, we are not here on our own. We don't achieve these awards here on our own. It's really that we are the sum total of the people that we surround ourselves with. And just like you had your mother here tonight, I have my business partner here tonight. We've been working together for 29 years now. I can't believe she's stuck it out. I just want to say, Zelda, thank you so much. You are my mentor. She's an entrepreneurial spirit. I'm not really the one. She gives me the push. But thank you so much. And again, Dr. Nick, thank you. Thank you to all the sponsors as well.
Thank you so much. Very inspirational. Thank you so much, Penny. Doc, next we have the public sector leadership runner-up.
Yes, I call out on Prof. Themba Maseko, the chair, the head of the Wits School of Governance.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to announce the public sector leadership winner of 2025.
It is none other than Councillor Belinda Kaiser Echeo Zonyonku.
I hope I pronounced it correctly.
That was beautifully said, Doc.
The DA Johannesburg caucus leader at the city of Johannesburg.
Wow. My son said to me, Mommy, please don't give a long speech. We're not in council. So I'm going to try to be as short as possible. I just want to thank Dr. Nick and the Leadership Forum for this award and this recognition. You know, when you get into public service, you don't really do it because you want to be recognized. You do it because you love your country, you love the people, and you want to serve. And I'm really grateful to God for the opportunity to be able to serve my country and the residents of Johannesburg who trusted me to represent them in council. I want to say thank you to my amazing team in the council who every day go out and really serve the residents of Johannesburg and represent them under very difficult circumstances sometimes. Sometimes it's sleepless nights. People expect us to be doctors and lawyers, and we don't have all the answers. When the lights go out, we get the calls. So I just want to thank you for trusting us, even when the lights go out. And I want to thank my husband for really being so supportive. He's here tonight. While I'm doing country duty, sometimes he's being mom and dad at home. And there's a lot of times when I'm not at home where I have to serve my country. And I want to thank you. And I want to say to every leader here today, winners, I want to congratulate all the nominees, all the winners. And I want to say to everybody I've seen a long program today, and I said to Dr. Nick and to Sunil, I wish I knew I would have been here much earlier and maybe had a bit of a boxing match with the mayor about some of the service delivery issues. But I want to say, you make it worth it. And you professionals, please, here today, public sector needs you. Please do not go and leave the country with your experience, your expertise. We need you. We need leaders with integrity who are willing to serve and go the extra mile. I want to say one thing. If a barefoot girl, Khoi descendant from Tsitsikamma, could serve her country as the leader of the official opposition in council in Johannesburg, we had no hope, can stand here tonight and receive this award. Any one of you can do it. Thank you so much.
If you believe, you can. Thank you so much, Belinda. Next, Digital Transformation Leader. Runner-up 2025. Who is that, Doc?
It is Nomonde Waitlovu, the CIO at Bidvest Bank.
And next, ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Digital Transformation Leader of the Year Award 2025. Doc, who is that?
Goes to Tebalo Tsoaleli, the Group CIO at the JSE.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even prepare a speech as I didn't expect to make it tonight. I was traveling and my wife was actually meant to accept the award on my behalf, but I was fortunate enough to make it just in time. So I guess I'd just like to thank a few people that have really been supportive in my journey. Firstly, I'd like to thank my wife. She's here with me tonight. She's been very supportive. And my kids as well, my two daughters, Lesedi and Khanya. They've always just been there for me as well throughout the years as I went through this journey over the years. I would like to take a moment as well to thank my fearless leader at the JSE, Dr. Leila Fourie, for believing in me and trusting me with really driving the JSE's digital transformation and modernization journey. And last but not least, I would like to take this opportunity as well to thank my team at the JSE. They are really the anchor and the engine that drives the execution of all the various modernization and digital transformation initiatives we're driving at the JSE. And with the JSE being such a critical element within our economy, it's important that we continue to ensure that we remain resilient and continue to support the financial markets infrastructure of South Africa. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Next, we have the runner-up of the Innovation Leader 2025.
Uyukazi Henda. The Group Marketing Officer at Spur Corporation.
And next, we have the 2025 Innovation Leader of the Year Award.
Goes to Dirk van der Walt, the co-founder of We Buy Cars.
I connected with Dirk earlier. What a humble gentleman. Take some time.
I would like to accept this reward not only on behalf of myself but on behalf of our team at We Buy Cars, the lead co, the steer co, the board and all our staff. We have succeeded in creating an innovative company culture, which served us incredibly well. I would like to encourage people in general to think careful before you stop being adventurous. You need to be pioneers. You need to be exploiting the horizons. Me personally, there's nothing that fascinates me more than the horizon, because I want to see what's behind the next horizon. That's what drives me. I'm an innovator. I'm a pioneer. I'm an explorer. I'm an adventurer. I'm a philosopher. And in our company, with my brother Fani at the lead, he created for us the atmosphere and the circumstances and the culture to explore those dreams. And an important thing that we've learned is if you're going to make an omelette, you're going to break some eggs, you know? So get cracking. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Dirk.
Thank you so much.
Next, a special award, the Strategic Visionary of the Year 2025.
I'm calling on Lyndon Barnes, the Managing Director at Arena Holdings, and may I add, a community builder.
thanks, Dr. Nick and everybody else. They say where there's no vision, the people will perish. So it's our duty to give vision and give leadership. And as Katlego reminded us today, that we must be peddlers of hope for all those around us where they feel hopeless. So we should go out there and do our things in the community. I was born in Crossroads in a shack. And at the age of grade 6, I don't know what age that was, I was homeless. But look where I am. So it's possible for all our people. Let us all go out there and tell others and do good in the community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Today's learners make tomorrow's leaders. Next, we have the youth champion.
The Youth Advocacy Champion of the Year, Noni Mokwena, the SAP Educate to Employ Program Leads.
Thank you so much. Geez, I wasn't expecting this, number one. Thank you, Eugene, Sunil. I stand here, a girl from Rockville, with no parents, but today I'm here. And it's because of people that speak my name in rooms that I couldn't even imagine being in. And for that, thank you.
Doc, I think we need to give some presents off now, Doc. Doc, tell us about these two books, Doc. What is these two books, The Future of Leadership? You want to share a little bit about these two books? I know you, and who would like any of these books here? Let me see a show of hands here. Doc, we've got a few.
So
Can
as
everyone
you
get a
know-
book tomorrow, Doc? Or tell us about this book, Doc.
If you play nice, you will. Now, every year we interview 50 leaders for 10 years, going 500. Every year we publish one. This year, 2 editions of the Future of Leadership book, 24 top leadership voices, and that is season 4 and season 5. Launching tomorrow, the authors launch. You will meet some of the authors live on stage tomorrow morning.
So, Doc, who do we give the book to? But before I give the book, I just want to take a moment. Can you just give me a moment? Believe you can. And you're halfway there. I believed I can. But you have to have people in your life that can make you make a difference. Today I heard people say, thank you, Mom. I heard others say, thank you to your wife. I heard others say, thank you to your husband. Today I have someone I want to say thank you to. Doc, Sunil, you know, 4 years ago, I came to the event and I met Sunil, and Sunil said, Abdul, would you like, I saw I'm inspired in something you do. Come and speak at our event, do some energizers. I came there and I just did a few energizers for 5 minutes. And it happened the next year, he called me again, and I suddenly became a speaker at his event. The next year, I was involved in the event. And the 4th year, Doc got me so involved that he started running the event. And this year, he's made me production manager, event coordinator. So I started the first day. So I want to say thank you to people that acknowledged me. Doc, from my side, we've got a special exceptional leadership award. You've given awards to everyone else. You always acknowledge people. You tell people and acknowledge in this side. So today, I want to give you an exceptional leadership award for saying thank you from the bottom of my heart, for giving me an opportunity, like you've acknowledged everyone else. And I want to say thank you for the bottom of my heart. From this is from me to you, Doc. And it's all right. I think we have to give Doc a standing ovation, don't you think, ladies and gentlemen? Let's give Doc a standing ovation.
much, Abdul. Abdul played an instrumental role in putting this together, being more than a project manager, being a friend, being an encouraging voice, and a logistical genius, and putting all these pieces, as you can see, many pieces, awards, a book launch, in fact, 2 book launches, 7 keynotes, 8 panels, co-creation tomorrow, and. So it's been a mammoth task, obviously something that you can never do alone. So thank you very much, Abdul. Thank you to everybody in the room. And what really motivates me is connection. Thank you. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for co-creating. And thank you for walking this journey together. Thank you.
I would now like to call on all the winners and runners-up, and we would like to take a complete picture of everyone, and then we're going to have the vote of thanks. We want to do it at the back. Can we all move? So before we do that, a quick vote of thanks, Doc.
Yeah. A quick vote for thanks for the day for all our partners, to SAP, to Workday, to the partners, Brand South Africa, DP World, EdCorp, SPAR, the Lions, as we are hosting it at the Lions Den, the Business Day, IOL, Nando's, EMCA, FNB, Spur Corporation, EPSA, and I am Abdul Manak at IWW, our graphic design company, and obviously a big thanks to T20 and G20, who embraced this project, who keep supporting this project, and we will walk this journey together with T20 until November and beyond.
What time we start tomorrow, Doc?
9 o'clock sharp. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock until 1. We have a special stadium tour for you. So please do stay after 1 and enjoy the bull ring.